Dawson's Rambles.
Hey YouTube, Dawson Rider here. We have a little bit more Zenkaiger stuff for this video. Not a ton of new information, but we just got some really nice, clear looks at the Rangers in the scans. These are kind of like the first scans that are supposed to be debuting it for most people, but obviously we've seen them. Not the stuff we got the other day that shows like the humanoid forms and the Zords, just kind of the base forms, which are, of course, Zenkaiger and his little 4 robot buddies. And we just get kind of clear, more HD looks at all of them. And so I'll be putting up some of those while I'm talking so you can sort of see them. And like, you know, the more I see Zenkaiger, the more I like him. It's still not my favorite thing. It still definitely leans more towards the weird tokusatsu realm, but like the more I see it, the more I kind of dig it. I always dig kind of, you know, white-based tokusatsu suits because, you know, like Dino Thunder White and Omega are some of my favorites, as you guys probably know. And the white Blaster Beetleborg. I just kind of get used to it the more I see it, and like he looks less Rider-esque the more I look at him. I mean, like I've mentioned before, the only thing that's really making him look Rider-esque is because they over-accentuate that V for the Sentai logo, and then it combines with the sort of bug-like eyes that the Aka Ranger inspiration has, and that's really what's causing it. But like the more you see it, it's, you know, I kind of just am starting to think of him as a Ranger. I think it also helps that his team members are 4 other robots, and it's so unconventional that I'm like, okay, that's the only Ranger, you know, to a degree. So it's making me see him more normally now. So, but I'm liking the suit more the more I see it. And like I said, I've always dug the robots. It's still a little bit weird for me, but I'll admit this whole thing is very intriguing. Like, it's probably the most intrigued I've been by a Sentai. Like, I'm excited to get more information and excited to see the show just because I'm so curious. Even if, you know, it doesn't appeal to me a ton, I still kind of like concepts from it. And we have a clearer look at the Changer, which we already saw yesterday, but kind of like a more clear show look, showing off how it works, showing off the different medals a little bit, and like the ones for the Rangers, presumably for transformation, that has their little numbers on them. And like you can see on their heads, they also have the number of the Sentai they represent. Like there's a bunch of scans that like go out of their way to show you like, hey, this Robot Ranger is based off of Gao Ranger or Bokenger. Like, thank you, Catherine Obvious. Couple that compare like, hey, it's based on Daijujin and Daiboken, and they kind of show that off, and you get some closer looks at them. And when you see them, they have like Juran has like 16 on him for the 16th Sentai Ranger, so that'll probably be how all of the medals work. I'm curious. Can you imagine if there was a robot design for everyone? That would be cool. Honestly, I don't think they would do 45 robots in the series, but I would love to just see like a mock-up. Like, you know, they would do that sometimes with designs of things like a Digimon and stuff, and then like what ifs this would look like. I would love to see just a book of like, hey, what would each mecha design based off of each season look like for this type of design? I would kind of love to see something like that. But it makes me wonder what the numbers might be used for other things, like for the Sentai gear, if they're like power-ups or weapons or something. Like maybe we'll get like a sword that has like Sentai 7 on it or something like that, or Sentai 5, the planet. But you know what I mean, like how the gears could work, and they might have a number on it, just like the mecha have a robot on it, a number on it. But again, I think it would be cool just to see what they would come up with for like, what would the Robo Ranger form look like for every Sentai season. Now I'm curious about that. And also with the close-up shots, you can tell that, you know, obviously Pink is Magi Ranger based, but her face looks to take a little bit of inspiration from Battle Fever J. At least I was getting that vibe, so I don't know if that was intentional or not, but it just looks a little bit like that. The only real bit of new information, though, was we did get to see that the 4 Rangers have some individual weapons, the 4 Robot Rangers. Yellow, I believe, has some claws. They're kind of reminding me of the claws from Beast Morphers recently. Red just kind of has like a sword and shield, which makes sense. And then Pink, it's hard to tell. I can't tell if it's a javelin or a whip, just from the one picture. But it's like, you know, a stabby or a whippy weapon. Could be both, who knows. And then Blue's kind of got like a hammer situation, which seems very fitting. But yeah, basically, it's just some clearer shots of this stuff we're already supposed to know about, but I kind of wanted to give you guys a look at them. And like I said, it's growing on me more and more, but I'm definitely intrigued by it and looking forward to seeing how it's handled. And I'm looking forward to getting more details on the villains and the show in general. Like I said, it's just so weird. I'm so intrigued. But what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments as always. Until next time, like, comment, subscribe, and climb the steps and ring that bell so you can catch my videos. Dawson Rider, signing out.